How you doing? I'm so hype here. This is Holla at Hype with thehypelife.com. I'm sitting here with Mr. Henry Coleman. Okay, he's going to tell us all about what he does. He's a designer and he's going to give us the skinny. All right. How you doing, sir?
Doing fantastic. How about yourself?
I'm doing very well. Thank you very much. So tell us a little bit about, your spot here, what you got going on.
What we do, my sister and I, we make custom-made clothing, and from various fabrics, sizes. It doesn't make a difference. We can make anything that a man and woman need.
Anything at all?
Anything.
From the socks, from the underwear, jeans, shirts.
We keep it moderate.
Right.
We don't,
Yeah.
we keep it clean.
Right.
That type of thing.
Okay.
We make anything.
So designer, how long have you been designing?
We've been doing this since 2007.
Okay. Okay. So what is your goal as far as, what you do? Where are you trying to go to? You trying to keep it in DFW? You want to branch out? What do you want to do?
My goal is to be global. I want to be able to reach the mass markets. I want to just take it everywhere. I want everybody to look good. I want every man to look like he's supposed to.
Right.
I think that is sophisticated.
Okay. Sophisticated. I like that. So where do you get some of your ideas for your line? Where does your inspiration come from?
At first, when I first started in this industry, I was very intrigued by Ralph Lauren. Ralph Lauren's style, his color, his tradition, all of that just really inspired me to do what he do.
Right.
And then after, following Ralph Lauren and so on and so forth, other designers like Oswald Boateng, he's from London, another guy that creates color, style, and sophistication that I like to see on myself. You know what I mean? So that in turn makes me want to see everybody else looking as good as they do, and I do. So that's some of the inspiration that I've gotten in the past, and I do still have and burn on the inside, is to create what they do. You know what I mean? On the level down south that we all can wow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Versus being in London or New York. I would like for Texas to look just like everybody else do globally.
Oh yeah. So when a person comes to you and they want to get, something made, what is the conversation like? You just talk to them about fitting, or you ask them about what colors they want, or how does that work?
First, I have to see what's in your head, see what you've seen, or what you want to imitate, or do you have a picture, or what is that got you here? So once we find that out, then we can go to drawing it, do what kind of lapel you want, what kind of color you like, what's the style you want, wide leg, you want standard fit. It all depends. You want belt loops, however you want it. You tell me all that and I write it all down. Once we write it all down, then I draw what I've written and then present you a picture, and you say, okay, yeah, I like that, change this, do that. And then once we came to a conclusion on all that, we should go to the fabrics. Then you tell me what grade of fabric you want. Right. Do you want a gabardine? Do you want a wool? Do you want a wool and cashmere? And so on and so on and so forth. And that's how we do it.
Okay, so what type of research do you do as far as trends? Do you follow trends that are going on in the world, or do you look at fashion books, or you read GQ? What are the types of things that you do to get your research?
Well, you gotta have a lot of magazines. You got to maintain where you got your inspiration from. Like, I always see what Ralph Lauren is doing, see what Oswald is doing, see what Tom Ford is doing. So you got to see what the major people are doing and try to follow suit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because they have the best at their disposal. So if you're looking at the best, you want to try to follow the best and do what the best is doing. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so that's where I get my insight from. I follow those big time guys. Okay, I like that. Like for an example, Wall Street. The movie Wall Street came out. Right. You saw the styles. You know what I mean? When James Bond movies come out, you see what they're wearing, and so you take those ideas and transcend that into, okay, hey, I need to start doing this type of thing. Yeah. Like when Tom Ford came out with the one button wide lapel, like that one you have over there behind you. It's a one button wide peak lapel. That's something that's real fashionable right now, with the double vent. So that's how you do it. Okay. Just try to follow the trends, stay keep your magazines, and then you do it that way.
Okay. So when you're out and about and you see I'm assuming, I know you pay attention to what people have on just because that's what you're into. Is it anything that just is your pet peeve when it comes to people and what they wear?
Yes, imitations. I can't stand if something look good on me. That don't mean it look good on you.
Right, right.
If you what 6'1", 175 pounds, you have on some smooth skinny jeans or whatever, nice t-shirt, then you got another guy that like it, but he's 250 pounds.
Right, right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not in shape, and he try to imitate the same thing. But that's not your style. That don't fit you. You know what I mean? Style is individual. So it's fashion. It's individual. So find your own style. Find what looks good on you. And then you appreciate it. You'll feel good in it because this is me. Right. Versus, oh, I seen him in that, so I'm trying to do the same thing. Oh, that's my pet peeve. I can't stand it.
And I know exactly what you're talking about. I see it a lot of times, and something that I always say is, just because they make it in your size doesn't mean you need to be wearing it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I get it. Listen to what he's saying. All right. Find your own style. All right. Last question. According to you, what are the 3 steps that people need to follow to become a designer?
Well, for me, it started with passion. And with anything, you got to have passion. You know what I mean? And it got to be a gift. You know what I mean? That God given you a gift, whatever that gift is, you cultivate it. So I was given the gift of liking to dress and liking clothes. And so I started with that. And I moved from that to trying to have apparel that everybody else don't have. So in order to do that, how do you do that? Well, you go buy it, you travel all over the world? No, you make it. So once I started doing that, you know what I mean? People say, hey, Henry, where you get that from? Or Henry, what? You know, so I said, you know what? I'm gonna open up a store. And I got with my wife, and we came together and said, let's do it. So that's how we started. You just have a passion, or you have something on the inside, and then you cultivate it, and you move one step to, you do your research, you travel to the Vegas, go to the shows and find out what everybody's buying, what's coming out, and so on and so forth. Then you go from there, and then you get in contact with the manufacturers to get the right kind of fabrics. You know what I mean? You get your fabrics. I like this grade of fabric. Do you like 100s, 120s, and so on and so forth? And then what level of quality do you want? Do you want at-home sewers, or do you want a tailor, or do you know what I mean? It all depends on what you want the consumer to have. For me, I want my consumer to have the best. So I have to go to the right manufacturer, the right textile places to get the right fabrics, the right sewers, and everything. So at the end result, you have a good quality garment, and you'll keep coming back over and over and over again. Versus I hire an at-home sewer that sew according to their standards, and it's not industry standards. And so then if you try to present it to a store not going to buy it because it's not industry standards. So that's what I look for, and that's what you got to have. You got to have a drive, you got to have a goal, and a passion to do it. You know what I mean? In anything you do.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, sir, for allowing us to come in. We're going to get you all of his information, because if you're a dude and you can put it on, then he could make it. So you want him to make it. So will you give you all his information? Again, my name is Hype. This is Holla at Hype with thehypelife.com. Stay with us. If you want us to come when you are, then email us, thehypelife@gmail.com, or you can give us a call and leave us a message, 817-755-0THL. All right, until next time, peace. I stay with you.